We're here today to talk to you about the disadvantages and challenges of international projects. International projects can be great because you can reap the benefits of a 24-hour working day, have access to a wide variety of different skills and specialisations, and access to cheaper supply chains. There are, however, many disadvantages of these types of projects and challenges of working on them. Here to talk to you today are Gillian Knight and Remy Russo. Let's get started.
International projects generally call for international project teams. Working within an international or globally dispersed team is very different from working in a local one. Some of the challenges that may be encountered will be discussed now. Having to work with a time difference is a fairly obvious downside of international projects. This can make communicating challenging and will often also have a large impact on team morale, as the lack of face-to-face contact means the relationship are not as strong, the office atmosphere is lost, team bonding is more difficult, and networking opportunities are lost. Non-face-to-face communication can be disjointed, less effective, and less efficient. Other forms of communication exist, to be sure, but these have their downsides, as 55% of communication is non-verbal. Body language is a significant element that is not conveyed over phone or email, and while video calling is a partial solution to this, there's still a lot that is lost. Teams working asynchronously often communicate almost solely over email, particularly those working in opposing time zones. This interrupts the conversation flow and significantly reduces the efficiency and effectiveness of communication.
Perhaps the other most obvious challenge is cultural and language issues. Language barriers may make understanding others difficult and may make it hard for team members to express themselves, meaning skills can be overlooked and valuable time spent translating. There are subtle elements of culture that you don't notice in your own culture, but when operating in other cultures, those subtle elements can seriously affect your business relationships and environments. Some common examples are the strictly hierarchical environments of Malaysia or Mexico compared to the more informally structured Denmark, or very individual societies like Australia or the UK where people are expected to look after themselves, compared to China or Ecuador where there are more likely to be strong group bonds. These metrics are from Hofstede's Cultural Dimensions, which also talk about masculinity versus femininity, uncertainty avoidance, short versus long-term view, and indulgence versus restraint. Understanding and balancing these differences is important because it will affect how team members work and what they value. It is important for the manager to ensure everyone feels appreciated, informed, and included. Cultural differences can be a major disadvantage because navigating several different cultures can reduce efficiency, and even a small wrong move can be devastating.
These challenges do not apply only to team members. International projects bring with them international stakeholders, and dealing with these stakeholders can be tricky. All elements discussed above are relevant not only to project teams but all parties involved with the project. Managing the people involved in international projects can certainly be a challenge, and if not managed properly, can be a major disadvantage that can have devastating effects on a project.
People, however, are not the only source of disadvantage in international projects. There are also challenges involved that will affect the environment in which a project is operating. This includes not only the location in which a project will be implemented, but also countries involved in the supply chain and countries in which a project team are based. A significant one is political and legal challenges. Political instability can cause a lot of issues for projects and may cause them to fail. It is important for managers to consider permits they'll need and laws or local customs they'll have to follow, any potential risks from working in unstable environments such as crime or vandalism, and the possibility of government overthrows that could cause a political landscape to change overnight. This map shows countries deemed to be the most fragile, based on markers such as state legitimacy and fair election of leadership, potential security threats, and many others.
There are economic challenges due to currency fluctuations. Operating in several different currencies will bring with it opportunities of increased profit if exchange rates are managed well, but can also cause severe losses. Interest rates will change country to country, which will greatly impact costs throughout the life of the project. It is also important to consider the tax system and any trade restrictions to avoid any unforeseen costs.
Natural disasters can be a huge risk, depending on the countries of operation. Not only does this mean earthquakes, tsunamis, and flash floods, which might damage infrastructure and cause delays, but may also relate to disease outbreaks, which can compromise the health of the project team and damage your local economy. Contingency is therefore very necessary in global projects to cover these potential issues.
In conclusion, international projects are great for many reasons, but there are also many disadvantages that must be considered when running or participating in one of these projects, in order to best be equipped to deal with challenges or issues that may be encountered. In this video, we have talked you through 5 main disadvantages of international projects. There are time differences in communication, language and cultural differences, political and legal risks, economic challenges, and natural disaster risk. Thank you for watching, and we hope you have learned something you can apply when working on your next international project.